T-Mac, did Donovan change your outlook on this series, just the way he played last night?
No. I think this was just bad basketball by OKC and bad coaching at the end of this game. However, the kid was phenomenal. You know, for this guy to be a rookie in his first playoff series, he's being defended by all-pro defensive guy in Paul George. Okay. And you've seen the work that he put in against Paul George. I mean, come on, man. Y'all got to stop playing with this man. I know a lot of people probably didn't see him play this year in the regular season because he's in Utah. But you saw him last night, and you saw what he was capable of, and he's been doing this all season long. He's #1 option as a rookie and leading his team in the playoffs in the first round against OKC and came out with a win on the road. I can't say enough about him.
You know what? It didn't change my outlook one bit. Because I got Utah winning this series. I had Utah winning this series because of the way they execute. When you're right, OKC executed terribly down the stretch.
Terribly.
But to me, that's their calling card. That's been their calling card.
True.
This kid right here, David Aldridge had a funny tweet where he said, when are we going to finally admit that he's really 30 years old and a 10-year vet? And I said, the irony is there's some 30-year-old, 10-year vets on the floor that night who didn't execute like this kid. He makes the right decisions. Tim McMahon wrote a really nice piece about.
It's on ESPN.com.
It's on ESPN.com right now.
It's really good.
About how this kid sits down with the assistant coach and with Coach Quinn Snyder, and they break down film. And I'm talking about hour-long film sessions. And Mac, you know, a lot of players, particularly young players,
they don't do that.
For an hour watching film?
They don't have the patience.
Exactly. They're going to tune. You can make them sit there, but they're going to tune out after 5 or 10 minutes. This kid sits there throughout that, and he's learning. It's exactly what you talked about in that monologue. The idea that you show him something, and they talk about it in the piece as well. You show him something, and he picks up on it.
Well, that piece is great breakdown of film stuff. I love that there's so many games you've been able to see it in
the
real
game.
Time.
Yeah.
You're sitting there on League Pass watching, and you can see him actually do it in the moment on the court, and you can watch him learn, and that is amazing.
That's a special talent.
Student
that
of
is
the game.
Right?
Like he understands, he learns by watching film, and he go out and he executes that. That's what I hope, you know, a guy like Russ will do. At the end of the games, he's so great, but I think he gets in his mind that I could take over a game and do it by myself, whereas these guys are just going to lock into you, and it's not going to happen that way.
He plays, that's the great thing about Mitchell. He plays in the flow of the game.
Yeah.
He's not forcing anything. And let me tell you something. When he put that move on Paul George, look, I had a Vote America. And I was like, man, if anyone I can email back Tim Frank, any of these cats,
that
hey,
man's name needs to be on that trophy. I'm not saying Ben Simmons isn't worthy, but the amount of pressure and what he has on his plate, come on, man.
It's hard, man.
Stop
Rachel,
playing with this guy.
It's hard to see something like that happen, and for me to turn around and say,
but you didn't move for him.
I didn't, and I feel bad now. I feel really bad, and that's not because Ben Simmons, it turned out you were a bum. Obviously, he's great. He's amazing.
He's going to have some pretty big
games
in these playoffs, too.
He's amazing. But there's something about Donovan Mitchell that beyond the basketball and beyond the anecdotes of him learning, that makes you want to like him and root for him. I don't know what it is, but it's just
tremendously likable, and it's funny. Look, he might not have that trophy, right? The Gottlieb Trophy. I will say, though, I love my guy, Dennis Scott. I mean, 3D, I worked with him. He's one of my most fun people to see out on the road. During the post-game interview last night, I think the second question he asked him, he said, after you guys lost game one, the whole basketball world didn't think you and Rudy
hey, easy.
Didn't think you guys were up to it.
Easy.
And I was like, I don't know if I would.
I'm basketball world. I
don't know if I would say that, because I would say, and you can hear it in the segment from all three of us, I think the basketball world is firmly behind this kid. I don't think there's any question. And as I said, love Dennis. So I think that they are not the unknown factor. I think everyone knows this kid is a firecracker, and I can't wait to see more of him to come.